Of the riff rundown. Really happy you're here. Hope you and yours are doing well. My name is Petrilli. I'm here with my friends at Fishman for a brand new episode. Today's episode has been pre-recorded because I've been doing quite a bit of traveling these days. I'm really excited to take the time and teach you guys how to play this one today. So we're going to be learning In My Room by the Beach Boys. I really hope you like bar chords because there's a lot of them today. Pretty much every chord in this song is going to be a bar chord. So have your electric guitar in standard tuning today, and as always, you guys are enjoying the lessons, please be sure to subscribe to the channel. It does really help the cause and helps me do these lessons week after week, so be sure to share and subscribe and all of that good stuff. And if you want to check out all the cool Fishman gear that I use in these lessons, including the Fishman Fluence pickups that I have in my Strat, you can go ahead and click the link in the video description below. And while you're there, I started a Patreon page so you can check all of that out as well. So before we get started, you guys know I like to ask a question, so please let me know where you are tuning in from and your favorite Beach Boys song. So where you're tuning in from, favorite Beach Boys song, really glad you're here. Electric guitar, standard tuning, let's have some fun. Here we go, here's In My Room by the Beach Boys. Such a pretty song, so let's go ahead and get started. We're going to break this up into 3 different parts. The intro, the verse, and the bridge. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about the intro. So we've got 4 chords here, a B, a G sharp minor 7 into a C sharp minor, and then that nice, beautiful F sharp major at the end. So here's the intro, just a little bit slower, and then we'll talk it through. So let's first start with that B major chord. So something I do want to mention, I was watching videos of Carl Wilson playing this on guitar. He does a lot of the grip like this. And if you watch him and Al Jardine, they do this really cool thumb grip with a lot of these chords. So, but for us today, we're going to go ahead and do the bar chord versions. All right, so first we're going to start with a B major. First finger is going to go across the 7th fret of all 6 strings. Now, when you're building a bar chord, okay, we don't want a crooked first finger. Try and emulate that nice straight fret the best you can with that first finger, all right? And pressing through with that thumb in the back. Notice how my thumb isn't here, okay? It's in the back. And also, if you have a Strat with that skunk stripe, okay, keeping that thumb on that skunk stripe is a really good place to start when you're building your bar chords, okay? So, think about that, all right? Little helpful tips here on the riff rundown. So first finger across 7th fret of all 6 strings. We're going to go ahead and get our 2nd finger on the 8th fret of the G string, 3rd finger on the 9th fret of the A string, pinky finger follows suit, 9th fret of the D string, D as in dog. Should sound like this. Okay, and what we're going to do here is we're going to strike the E string, A string, D string, G string, back to the D string, D's and dog, just like that. Okay? Just like that. I've got a slight bit of tremolo going on my Princeton Reverb amp here. So for those of you listening, just a little bit of tremolo. From there, we're going to go back and we're going to play this A sharp. And as we are walking down to play the G sharp minor 7. So let's go ahead and do that again, the B major chord. And now we're going to do here, okay, get that second finger. Go ahead and place that on the 4th fret of the E string, that is our G sharp. And we're going to get our 3rd finger here. This is a beautiful jazz chord. 3rd finger across the 4th fret of the D string, G string, and B string. Okay, so it should sound like this. Now notice the A string is muted. This is a good thing. It's being buffered by this part of your finger. We don't want to play that note. Okay, so kind of cool. When we build the chord, it takes it out for us. So we're going to strike the E string, D string, G string, B string, and then back to that G string. So that sounds like this without the commentary. Okay. Beautiful chord. Let's go ahead and combine it with the B major. Here we go. From there, we're going to play a C sharp minor. But before we do, we're going to get our first finger, sliding it from the 2nd fret of the A string, that's a B note, sliding that B to a C sharp, whole step slide. Okay? And from there, we shall build our C sharp minor chord. So, from the slide, from the 2nd fret of the A string to the 4th, okay? We're going to bring that first finger down, create the bar with the first finger. Okay, again, nice and straight. We don't want any crooked fingers building this bar chord. We want a good foundation. Okay, 2nd finger is playing that E note, 5th fret of the B string. 3rd finger, 6th fret of the D string. Pinky finger, 6th fret of the G string. Chord should sound like this. Okay, and we're going to arpeggiate this one as well. So we're going to go from the slide to the 6th fret of the D string, to the G string, B string, G string, back to D string. So the C sharp minor chord without the commentary should sound like this. I'll play it a little slower. Just like that. Okay, so let's go ahead, and from there, we're going to play an F sharp major chord. So again, first finger barring all 6 strings, but this time at the 2nd fret, okay? From there, 3rd finger, 4th fret of the A string is our C sharp, it's our 5, and then pinky finger goes on the 4th fret of the D string, 2nd finger goes down 3rd fret of the G string. And we're gonna give that just one nice long strum, let it ring, okay? So the whole intro sounds like this. Let's do that again. One more time, nice and slow. Can't play anything fast, we can't play slow. Here we go, one more time. Now, and then they have a beautiful instrument, and then they have this bass walk up. Now, the guitar doesn't play it, but I'll show you how to do it anyway. What we're gonna do here, so we're gonna play it all on the low E string. This is optional, you don't have to play this if you don't want to. We're gonna go F sharp to G sharp, 4th fret of the E string, to A sharp, 6th fret, to our B. That leads us beautifully into our verse, into the version of the B major that we want to play, okay? Because you could play it here, but then we're stuck playing this version of B major when we actually want to play it here. So, again, another seeds of things to think about when you're playing, all right? So let's go ahead and play the intro one more time with that walking up bass line into the verse. Here we go. Bass line. Okay, so from there we get into our verse. Our verse sounds like this. Really great stuff. Again, lovely, lovely bar chords. So we're gonna start off with that B major. Now, we're gonna play this 5 times, arpeggiated the same exact way that we did on the intro. Okay, so that will sound like this. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so after the 5th time, we're gonna go back to A major. So if we're keeping tabs, A, C sharp, and E, that's the 1, 3, 5 that builds that major chord. All we're going to do, because A and B are a whole step apart, we're gonna get this chord and we're just gonna move it back, okay, a whole step, meaning that the first finger should be on the 5th fret, okay, of that E string, which is A, and then 3rd finger on the E note, 7th fret of the A string, pinky finger, 7th fret of the D string, which is another A, and then our second finger on the 6th fret of the G string, which is C sharp. Yay. So that's the chord. We're going to arpeggiate it like this. So we're going to hit the low E string. From there, we're going to play D string, G string, B string, back to the G string, D string. Okay? In context, sounds like this. And again, A, C sharp, and E, those are all the notes we're playing in this chord. Just like that. Now from there, we're only going to play that A 1 time, then we slide it back up to B. Now we are going to arpeggiate it the same way that we did that A chord. So E string, D string, G string, B string, to G string, back to D string. Okay, so for context, it sounds like this. See how it kind of lifts and brightens up? Really, really clever playing. From there, we're going to go back to that G sharp minor 7, arpeggiated the same way that we did at the top. Then we're going to go to the C sharp minor, same exact way that we did at the top. And from that C sharp minor, now we're going to go to A major. This is really cool. I love this chord switch. So check this out. So we have the C sharp minor like this, okay, based at the 4th fret of the A string. That's the C sharp root. The shape is exactly the same. All we're going to do here is we're going to move it up a whole step, lift all of the fingers up a string. That gets us to A major. Okay, so just like that. And we are going to arpeggiate it. That A chord, okay, the top 4 strings, E, A, D, and G strings. So just like that. So let's go ahead and play that. I'm gonna abridge the B at the top just for time. We know we play it 5 times in a row, so here we go. Isn't that great? From that C sharp minor to the A, really beautiful. So from there, we are playing that A major chord. Our next chord is an F sharp. Keep the shape as is. A to F sharp is 1, 2, 3 frets away. So keep the shape as it is, okay? Just hover over the strings. No need to move the hand and then do this. Just hover, because the fingers are exactly where they need to be. We just need to move them to a different spot on the fretboard. So getting that A chord, lifting but hovering, okay? Moving over to the F sharp. F sharp, where is it? It's on the 2nd fret of the E string right there, okay? So bring everything down, and how we are going to arpeggiate this F sharp major chord, we are going to strike the low E string, F sharp, yay, okay? From there, we're gonna go to the G string, B string, high E string, to B, to the G string. Without the commentary, I'm gonna play it a little bit slower. It sounds like this. Okay, different arpeggiation of that F sharp major. All right, and again, F sharp, A sharp, and C sharp are the notes that build this chord. Okay, so we play that for 2 bars. Okay, so far, again, I'm gonna bridge the B major at the top. Okay, I'm only gonna play it twice. I know we do it 5 times. It's gonna sound like this. Here's where we're at for context. Beautiful, isn't it? So after those 2 bars of the F sharp major, we're gonna do 1 bar of B, 1 bar of A, and then 2 bars of B at the end. This will finish the verse. Okay, and we are going to arpeggiate all of those chords, the B chord and the A chord, starting with the E string, the low E string, okay, to the D string, G string, and B string, and back. Just like that. That was B. Now we'll go ahead and play A. And now we play B for 2 bars. Same arpeggiation. So just like that. All right? So let's go ahead and do this. Let's go ahead and play the intro. And then we go into the verse. And let's include that bass line as we walk into the verse too. And as always, you guys are enjoying these lessons, please be sure to subscribe to the channel. It really does help the cause. Subscribe to YouTube, follow me on Facebook, and all of my social medias. Really, really does help. And to check out all the cool Fisherman gear, link is in the video description below. So let's go here. Start at the intro. Bass line. Verse 2, 3, 4, 5. That's our intro and verse right there. Done. So after that, we go into a second verse. So we're going to repeat that verse again, okay? Arpeggiated the same way, all that stuff. So from there, when we do that second verse, be mindful, and if you listen to the recording, you can hear this. When arpeggiating the B major, he doesn't do this anymore. Carl is sticking with the higher version of the arpeggio, okay? So keep that in mind so you could play that way, all right? So from there, we go in verse 1, verse 2, and then we go into our bridge. I'm gonna play the bridge a little bit slower, and then we will talk it out. Again, a couple new chords, but nothing we can't handle. You can do this, all right? So here we go. Here's the bridge. So let's go ahead and talk about that bridge. We're going to start with a G sharp minor. Again, G sharp, B, D sharp. Okay, the 1 flat 3, 5. That's what builds this chord. Okay, again, another friendly bar chord here, folks. Okay, first finger across the 4th fret of all 6 strings. That G sharp root. Okay, it's right there at the 4th fret of the E string. Let's go ahead and play that there. Again, no crooked fingers, nice and straight. We're building our bar chords. We want to build a good foundation. Can't build a house without a good foundation, all right? So that's what we want to do there. Now, from there, okay? We're gonna get our third finger, 6th fret of the A string, and then our pinky finger, okay, 6th fret of the D string. The chord should sound like this. And also, this is something I do too, and you notice that I just did it. My second finger, okay, we're not doing anything with this finger. If you needed a little help, okay, pressing down on that first finger, you can use the second finger to help you press a little bit, if you'd like, okay? I know sometimes I like to do this, okay? Just to get a nice clear sound. So we're gonna do here, to arpeggiate this, we are going to strike the G sharp, to the D string, okay, to the G string, and B string. And then back G string to D string. Sounds like this without the commentary. Now, I'm sure some of you have noticed, sometimes I like to hybrid pick when I am arpeggiating. So a lot of the times the B string and the G string, I'm using that second finger on my picking hand to strike that. So you can try it if you'd like. For me, it's very natural to do. You could use only the pick if you want. You could use some of that hybrid picking, again, what feels natural to you. Doing the hybrid picking sometimes feels really natural to me. So we're gonna do that twice. Then we go now to our F sharp. So moving that shape, okay, we're at the 4th fret, we're moving it to the 2nd fret, okay, but now we're making it a major chord, okay? So we're gonna place that second finger down, 3rd fret of the G string. Should sound like this. We are going to arpeggiate it on these same strings. E, D string, G string, B string, G string, D string. And we're gonna do that for 2 measures as well. So 2 measures of the G sharp minor, 2 measures of the F sharp major. So for that first part of the bridge, those first 4 bars will sound like this. Here we go. From there, we're gonna get a little bit of a respite with the arpeggiation. What we're gonna do is we're gonna strike each of these chords once. So G sharp minor, okay? You're gonna strike it and then deaden the sound with that side of your hand to the F sharp major, same thing. And we're gonna repeat that again, G sharp minor to F sharp major. From there, we're gonna go to our B major. We're just gonna play it for 1 measure, arpeggiated with the E string to the D string, G string, B string, G, and D. Just like that. So let's go ahead and play this first half of the bridge right now. I will slow it down just a little bit. Please follow along. I know you can do this. Here we go. Now we're strumming the chords. B major. Okay, so just like that. So with the second half, it's going to sound like this, starting with G sharp minor. So we have a new chord here, but we're gonna do, first, we do just like we did at the top of the bridge, okay? 2 measures of G sharp minor arpeggiated, 2 measures of F sharp major arpeggiated, okay? So that stays the same. So instead of going to the strumming part, we're gonna go to a new chord. So we're gonna go to the C sharp minor 7, one of my favorite chords. Beautiful and jazzy. I just love how this chord sounds. So we're gonna get our first finger, okay, across the 4th fret of everything but the low E. We don't need that because the C sharp is located on the 4th fret of the A string. So we've got our first finger like that. Again, nothing crooked, okay? Keep it nice and straight. So we've got that there. Second finger is going to land on the 5th fret of the B string. And then your third finger is going to go ahead and play the 6th fret of the D string. So if we're keeping tabs, C sharp minor 7 should sound like this. Okay, and the notes are C sharp, E, G sharp, and B as in boy. Okay, 1, flat 3, 5, and flat 7. Those will be keeping tabs. Okay, and we are going to arpeggiate it in this way. A string, D string, G string, B string, and then back G string to D string. And we're going to do that 2 times. And now what we're going to do here, you can hear it on the recording as well. Okay, leave this where it is. Okay, we're going to do a nice stretch with this chord. We're going to use our pinky. Those of us, I get a lot of comments. Oh my gosh, I want things to build my pinky better. This is going to help you with that. So we're going to place our pinky now on the 7th fret of the B string, B as in boy. The chord will sound like this. Just like that. And we're going to do that only 1 time. Really cool. So we've got like a sus4 there. Really neat. Okay? So that sounds like this in context. I'm just going to do the second half of the bridge so far. So here we go. Just like that. From there, we go to the F sharp major arpeggiated. Okay, so low E string, G string, B string, high E string, B, to the G string, okay? So the whole bridge sounds like this. Let's see, so we've got minor, 2 major, minor, 2 major, back to our B major. Okay? From there, second half, G sharp minor, to F sharp major, to C sharp minor 7, are suspended, to F sharp major. And that's the song. It's such a fun one to play. Lots of great bar chords. And again, really take your time with this. As I always mention in these lessons, you can't play anything fast that you can't play slow. So really take your time. Really take your time, okay? It's worth the effort. And I know a lot of us have trouble with bar chords, but again, as I just mentioned, take your time with this. Go through, okay, all of the technique. Make sure things sound nice and clear. Take things step by step, okay? Again, you can't play anything fast, you can't play slow. So take your time with this. And again, you can watch these videos over and over again on YouTube. It's pretty good stuff. So that is the song In My Room by the Beach Boys. Again, lots of great bar chords here. A really fun one to have in your back pocket when you're playing some beautiful vocal harmonies as well. And a really fun one to play along with other folks. So say one of you arpeggiates and maybe one of you just kind of strums along with the chords. So there's lots of beautiful options here with this song. Again, very fun one to know. The Beach Boys really had some incredible, incredible songs. All right. And as always, wishing you so much success in your musical journeys, everybody. It's so lovely to see this really beautiful community here. I love how kind everyone is to one another in the comments. And I just love all the good vibes that are around the Riff Rundown. It's a really beautiful thing. So thank you all for making this so wonderful. Really want to thank you all for that. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Again, want to thank my folks at Fishman for helping me run these lessons week after week. And as always, wishing you all so much success in your musical journey. Again, keep on playing. It's been a lot of fun. It's been great. So have a blast with